Hello, people of grace. For our pastoral connect today, I want to look back at last week where we considered Epaphroditus, the person of Epaphroditus, from Philippians chapter 2, verses 25 through 30. Epaphroditus was someone who showed true grit, and people of true grit, genuine courage, affect like the affections, other people well. They just have an ability to lift people's mood. And I've got this kind of uh, picture or image that I've shared in multiple settings. I kind of talk about three basic moods of the soul, and you can see the image for yourself. Epaphroditus was someone who uh, interacted in Paul's life in a way that because Epaphroditus, though he almost died, didn't die, Paul was spared sorrow upon sorrow. That's verse 27 of Philippians chapter 2. And then in verse 28, Paul says, I'm going to send Epaphroditus to you that so the Philippians would be more encouraged and so that Paul would be less anxious. And that sorrow upon sorrow in verse 27 and less anxious in verse 28, this kind of idea relates to that first circle. Number one, the grieving or fearing soul, and people of grit or courage can really impact and affect others and lift them in that area of that first circle. So that those people that are depressed or discouraged in that first circle don't become workaholics, circle two, to compensate for a deficit in circle one, or addicts and party animals, circle three, as a way of compensating for a deficit in circle one. They work hard. They know how to be happy and enjoy the moment, but it's coming from a healthier place in that deeper circle. Epaphroditus, somehow, and it's not a cognitive thing, grit is not an intellectual or a cognitive thing. It's getting down deeper into that kind of gut affective level and just lifts people's mood, encourages them, brings them into more resiliency. And that's a beautiful ability to have. And we can affect other people well because fear is contagious, compulsive workaholism is contagious, addictive um, behaviors are contagious, but genuine courage is contagious in circle one, too. A joyful work ethic and a contented being joyful in the present moment, those things are contagious as well. Epaphroditus has had this ability to get people down in the blue circle in circle one and lift them up from this sorrow upon sorrow, this anxiety, this sense of something that's unfortunate, that's painful, that's strenuous, that's grievous, that's agonizing, that's heavy. Epaphroditus was the kind of guy who, when you're around him, said, oh, he's not heavy, he's my brother. And when I'm around him, life seems less heavy. That's a beautiful uh, trait to cultivate in ourselves and is a beautiful influence to have other people. Let's all be a little bit more like Epaphroditus and be encouraged. People of true grit affect others well and create a lightness of being in them if the others do their own soul work with Jesus. Have a blessed evening.